When I say chemical help, I mean safely prescribed by a physician. Okay?
My mind seemed to take a step out, get some air now, let your edge out, to some ice.
Welcome back, Mr. Sisters. We are doing part 2 of eliminating self-doubt. If you are here and you already seen the first video, you need to hit that subscribe button, that like button, and that post notification so you know when I'm coming back with the truth. You know when I'm coming back with the tea. We family now. We in this to win this. So go ahead and do what you need to do. Subscribe. Ding. Let's get straight to the point. Find you a support team, sis. Find you a support team, sis. Anybody that is around you that's talking negatively, that's not supporting you, that's not helping you, that's casting self-doubt, you need to get rid of them. They are not your people. They are not your friends. They're not good for you. It's time to cut them loose. They don't want to kick it with you. They don't want to skate with you. They don't want to do nothing.
See you talk till you kick it with you, skate with you, nothing, man.
The only thing that they're doing is keeping you stuck in a self-doubting, self-critical, self-negative place. You need to surround yourself with people who love you, yourself with people who are in positions that you want to be in and are not stingy with that information. I remember when I was in nursing school, one of my biggest things was making sure I solidified friendships that were mutually beneficial and got friends that wanted to see me win in the same way that I wanted to see them win. They didn't see me as competition. They didn't see me as somebody they wanted to hold back. We were partners. We got through nursing school together. That's how you need to think long term if you want to get out of this self-doubt circle. Start analyzing the people who's never there for you. Start analyzing the people that never pick up the phone, even though every time they need you, you pick up the phone. Start looking at who's on your social media, who's just watching and never engaging and never rooting you on. Start thinking about those things so that you can start to pour more into the people who love you so that they can pour more into you back. And also, a part of a support system is not just family and friends. It is medical professionals. Find you a good therapist. Find you somebody that you can talk to and open up to and that you can trust to give you the right kind of guidance and feedback so that you can improve your life. When I got a therapist, things were looking up. I had a therapist through my divorce, and now I have a therapist right now to just maintain and to help me keep moving forward whenever those self-doubts and all of those negative thinkings come back. She helps me get through that. Find you somebody that you can talk to that also has no skin in the game and that is a professional. Another part of surrounding yourself with support is getting rid of things that you feel like you need to compare yourself to. That Instagram, baby, that TikTok, sweetheart, you need to do an audit. Anybody that makes you feel inferior, makes you feel like you're not doing enough, makes you feel ugly or fat or not fit or not healthy, whatever it is, get them out of here, because that's rooted back into you cannot hate yourself into a better position. You probably follow those people thinking that they were going to motivate you, but instead what they're doing is making you feel worse every day, because not only are you not taking action, you are comparing yourself to their finished product and you're still at your beginning product, and that's just never going to work. That's never going to come together and motivate you to do shit. And social media is a choice. Okay, social media, engaging in social media, engaging and looking at images is a choice. You don't have to do it. Did you know that? Engage in things that make you happy. Engage in things that make you feel supported and uplifted. If Instagram is not one of those things, delete Instagram. There have been many times that I've taken multiple breaks from Instagram, deleted it off my phone, didn't post, wouldn't open the app whenever I felt like I was going through something, and that helped. Because the last thing I want to see is some skinny girl on the beach, happy as hell, with her Chanel bag, while I'm over here crying into my wings and ranch. Also, get those people off your Instagram that are just watchers. The ones that never comment. The ones that never like. The ones that never send you any kind of, but they won't even press the heart button on your story. Get rid of them. They are monitoring spirits and they don't want anything to do with you other than the fact that they want to make sure they're still doing better than you. They're not talking to you. They're not interacting with you. They're not benefiting you in any way. So what do you need them to see? And that's a deeper conversation in itself, because I bet that you're letting them stay around because you want them to see at some point that you will get to your finished product. Baby, you don't need that validation. You don't need that external validation. Those people are never going to validate you in the way that you want to be validated. So why even wait around for it? Why even try? Number 7, take action. You broke down the goals. You figured out your goals. You figured out what you were good at. You now know who you are and what you want. Take action on the goals. What was the point of writing out the goals if you're not going to actually try to complete the damn goals? Why are we wasting our time? Did you know you only had 30 minutes? And I keep saying it, but did you know? 30 minutes, yes. Life is short. Life is not promised. You can't think that you're going to wake up tomorrow, because you very well might. And you might die, 1, doing something that you don't want to do, or 2, never being who you actually wanted to be. Girl, that's crazy. Don't do that. Don't set yourself up like that. Take action on the goal. Start slow. Start small. You want to film. Okay. You want to create content. Okay. Go into your camera settings. Go on to TikTok or go on to Instagram and figure out what camera settings you should have. Just set the camera settings up. Just set the camera settings up. That's all you should. That's day 1. Watch TikToks on how to set your camera right on your phone. That's day 1. That's step 2. Create an account. Create a social media account that you want to be active on. Put your first name. You can always change your name. Put your first name. Take a picture. Put it as your profile picture. That's step 2. You see what I'm saying? Start slow. Start leading towards the things that you want to do. If you don't move your feet, it's never going to happen. What's a prayer without an action behind it? A wish. Also have to embrace imperfection. That's imposter syndrome. That perfectionism is going to keep you at square one every single time. Everything you do is not going to be perfect. I'll start as soon as I buy this course. I'll start as soon as I set up these lights. I'll start as soon as I find this. You're never going to start. You're never going to start. If you have a cell phone and a light bulb in the ceiling as a content creator, you're able to start. That's all you need. You're able to start. Don't wait for everything to be perfect for you to start living out your goals, to start trying to achieve your goals, because newsflash, buddy, it's never going to be perfect. And this goes back to comparing your beginning to somebody's end. You see the girl with the most aesthetics, the best lighting. She started somewhere. Unless she rich, unless she was born rich, she started somewhere. You're starting where she probably had to start. Just make the movements. Move them feet, baby girl. Number 8, visualizing your success. This is so helpful for me. I do this all the time. If I can't visualize it, I know that I can't do it. I know that it's not going to come true. And this has been my whole life since I was a little kid. I have to visually think about the success. I have to visually think about achieving the goal. If I don't put myself in the shoes of having already succeeded, I'm not going to be able to do it. I'm not going to be able to do it because I can't see it for myself. I can't imagine it for myself. So how could I ever even work on it? That's stopping me from being able to move my feet towards it. I have to visualize what I want and visualize myself already having it. The majority of the things that I have in my life, I visualized having it first. I had to come to terms and completely think that I already had it in order for me to get it. Sometimes you have to start at the end for it to process into the beginning. If that makes any sense, you have to imagine yourself already at the finish line. I think I mentioned this earlier. What does the finish line look like? Start acting like you're already there. Once you start acting like you're already there, before you know it, before you turn around, you will already be there. Number 9, learn from your setbacks. If you can't learn from your mistakes, baby, turn this video off. I can't help you. I can't help you turn this video off. A part of life is learning from your mistakes. And another part of life is learning from other people's mistakes. Not that you should take everything you're doing based off of somebody else's failures, but sometimes you can learn how to navigate certain situations based off what you saw somebody else go through. Sit down, learn from the setback, learn from the mistake, show yourself grace because you didn't know what you didn't know. Show yourself compassion, learn from it, and then move forward. Set a game plan for how you can achieve to do better, or how you can get around this roadblock, how you can hurdle over this. If you learn from your mistakes, it becomes very easy to move on. But if you're not a person who's willing to learn, or a person who's willing to take constructive criticisms from your support team, you're never going to be able to get to where you need to be able to get to. You have to learn from your mistakes. You can't keep doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting different results. That's insanity. That's crazy. The moment I started realizing that I needed to move around my mistakes, my life started changing. Because at one point in my life, I was doing the same thing over and over and over again. I was picking the same guy. I was doing the same self-harmful activities. I was doing so many things that were not conducive to the life that I wanted to live. But I thought in my mind, since I wanted my life to change, that it would just magically change, instead of me learning from the things that were not helpful to me and not doing it anymore. I had to stop doing things that were holding me back in order to move forward. And you can do that too. You have to do that too in order to get over self-doubt and be successful. Finally, number 10, I talked about this before. Get you a therapist. Get you a therapist, sis. You got to lay on that couch or get on that Zoom meeting, and you got to yap away. You got to talk about what you think your setbacks are. What's holding you back? Why do you feel the way you feel? A therapist has so many more tools to talk you through and help you unlearn certain things about yourself than anybody else. This is what they studied. Sometimes your friends and your family can only give you guidance based on their personal experiences. So you might be asking your friends or your parents or whoever to give you advice on something that they've never been through. And how can I tell you how to make sourdough bread if I never made sourdough bread and I don't eat it? Go to find a therapist. And when you do find a therapist, first of all, finding a therapist is like dating. You have to find a therapist that works for you. You may not just land on a therapist that is great for you. You might have to try a few therapists before you find the person that fits right with you. You're not going to get a therapist that tells you what you want to hear. That's not what you want. You want a therapist that keeps it 100 raw dizzy dog with you, and that is going to tell you about yourself so that you can grow, so that you can learn. You might need to see a medical doctor. You might need medication, baby. You might need medication. You might need to pop a pill or two. You never know. You need to get analyzed. Are you suffering from depression? Are you suffering from anxiety? Do you hear voices? Like, these are all important things that might be overshadowing you, causing you to have this self-doubt. You can't get out of your own way. Sometimes you need that extra chemical help to get out of your own way. Sometimes seeking help means building a medical team of doctors, psychiatrists, therapists. Those are all people that should be a part of your support team as well. Talk it out, baby, or get that medication. Do what you need to do so that you can be your best self and get out of here and start living out here with the rest of us. All in all, you need to understand that self-doubt is normal. Everybody suffers from some sort of self-criticism or self-doubt. You're not especially different because you feel these things. You need to have patience with yourself. You need to give yourself a break. I'll talk to you soon.